This huge blow to Sharia law in Malaysia caused a legal earthquake. This is very interesting. Okay. Malaysia's highest court made a groundbreaking ruling on February 9th, declaring 16 Islamic laws in the state of Kelantan unconstitutional in a move that has sent shockwaves through the country's legal and religious communities. This decision, notably on laws related to sodomy, incest, gambling, and others, underscores a significant legal boundary between state enacted Sharia law and the federal legislative powers. Because for those who are not familiar, in Malaysia, they have Islamic law that applies to Muslim citizens that runs alongside secular law. Chief Justice Tengku Maimun Tuan emphasized that, quote, the essence of those provisions are matters under the federal list, which only Parliament has the power to make, highlighting the jurisdictional overreach of the state's Sharia code, criminal code. The ruling not only challenges the legislative competence of the Kelantan state government, governed by the Islamist PAS party, but also sets a precedent that may influence the interpretation and enforcement of Sharia law across Malaysia. Amidst fears of undermining the position of Islam in Malaysia in tight security due to protests, the court maintained that the judgment was a matter of legislative power rather than a challenge to Islam's role in the nation, indicating an attempt to balance religious law with federal authority. Okay, so let me break down what's happening here. So, in one specific province or state called Kelantan, which is kind of perceived to be like the heart or origin of the Malay Muslim community, there is a party that has ruled the state since the 1990s. They are called PAS. They're an Islamist party. They are an opposition party to the broader government, and the PAS currently rules 4 of Malaysia's, I think, 13 states. And in this state, the PAS passed 18 like Sharia laws, and a lot of them had to do, like PS, for example, really wanted to push for hudud laws. So, Armin, can you quickly explain what hudud laws are for people?
It's just Islamic limitations. It's just Islamic, like the punishments and limitations on what you can do and the punishments associated with it.
But for example, many of them include things like the corporal punishment. They include
like
the whipping. They include the execution.
Right.
Like his
Like,
under
for
hudud law
example,
that atheists are executed.
Yeah. Also, if like 2 girls are found kissing each other, they're gonna get whipped or something. Like, so it's the common Islamic laws that we're familiar with.
So this state government passed 18 laws, and that had to do with many like Sharia implications and implementations. And basically what happened was that the Supreme Court overturned 16 of these 18 Sharia laws. Here's the catch. People are freaking out about this in Malaysia, and it's become heavily politicized with there was one I can't remember his role within the government, but there was this one dude who was saying that this is a black day for Islam in Malaysia. This is a black day for Sharia law, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I love those words, a black day for Sharia law. Lovely. Sounds like a wonderful Friday. But here's the thing. Their outrage is a bit overblown, or they are using this for their political advantage of saying, like Islam is under threat and trying to use this to bolster their support. So here's the thing. This overturning happened not because there is necessarily a specific issue with these laws. These laws were overturned as a matter of maintaining like balances of power. So basically, these laws were overturned because the state governments were implementing laws on things that they did not have the constitutional authority to do. They were
So they don't
they
even
were
have a problem with the laws. The laws
they
are
don't
like, these are
that's
okay.
exactly the thing. They don't even necessarily have a problem with the laws. And the mother and daughter team that brought forward this case that ultimately overturned these laws literally said, this is for all of us. This is for everyone. This is not about being against Islam. This is about maintaining like order under the law and the sanctity of our constitution. So that's the thing. It's not even an issue with these laws per se. It's an issue of, is this happening under the correct balance of power?
Okay, so Malaysia is still fucked, basically, based on what you're telling me. They're still going Islamic.
Yes. So, well, here's the thing. So there are people freaking out about this, saying that we are now like losing Islam from Malaysia, blah, blah, blah. And that's not necessarily the case. However, this kind of ruling could set precedents for other states that have incorrectly implemented these kinds of laws that should be exclusively under the purview of the federal government, but have instead been done at the state level. If there are other states who have implemented similar kind of laws beyond their jurisdiction, then this might set the precedent that
This
they
is
could
so
be
much like
overturned
the
as well.
US. Like, this is like the concept. Like, so we have more Islamic states within Malaysia and less Islamic states, right? And they are saying states' rights, right? This is like in the US, where the conservative states in the United States, they're like the federal government is less conservative than some of these states, and these more local states are trying to have more state rights, because if they have more state rights relative to the federal government, they will be able to be more conservative. This is very much like, I mean, a lot of the people from the US should be familiar with these arguments, no?
Yeah, so people are coming forward and they're trying to calm people down. They're like, this is not against Islam, guys. The
Oh my
Islam is
God.
fine. The Islam is fine. We're fine. We're still Islamic. Guys, shh, calm your head. We're still Islamic, okay? We're still
We
Islamic.
will.
We're just
We
you
will.
just overstepped. You just
If you,
overstepped. We're not letting you overstep.
we will find other
You could
ways to beat lesbians and execute atheists. Okay, you just did it wrong, right? Like, we are also anti, like, it's not just you that is anti-LGBT and murtads, okay? By the way, they don't execute murtads in Malaysia, no, but they want to. And the Aceh state, they want to, but they can't right
Aceh
now.
is in
But
Indonesia.
oh, sorry, which states in Malaysia are the most conservative ones? I don't know the
Well,
names.
this state, Kelantan is one of them for sure.
Content. Okay. So yeah, they do want to. You know how I know they want to?
Oh, I do know Armin, but why don't you explain?
Because there was a call out for my beheading in Malaysia. I don't know if people know about Atheist Republic's history with Malaysia. Atheist Republic was in fight with the government of Malaysia. We had the deputy minister in Malaysia coming out and saying in the news that they need to go and hunt down the members of Atheist Republic in Kuala Lumpur. uh, and this got so bad at some point that it was even brought up in the United Nations Security Council. Do you guys know this about our history? Like, we Atheist Republic's members in Kuala Lumpur are the reason why atheism was first ever mentioned in the United Nations Security Council as a thing, and the rights of atheists. So this was a long time ago. Yeah. So yeah, because there was a call out for my beheading in Malaysia, I know there are a lot of people in Malaysia that do want to execute murtads. Yeah, people don't.
They almost wanted to ban Facebook because from the entire country because they
Yes.
knew our Atheist Republic community was organizing on Facebook.
Yeah, we have
We
video
can't
footage
even
of
deal with
it.
this.
No, we had the footage of inside the parliament. One person was asking one parliament member, like, can we just, because of Atheist Republic and our Facebook group within Kuala Lumpur, they were wondering if they can ban Facebook in Malaysia because of our Facebook group. This was a topic of discussion.
Got it down. Got it down.
Guys, we have a huge history of being in battle with different governments. Like Indian governments and Malaysian governments are the main two governments that have came
Pakistan
after
a little bit.
Do you know who makes the most amazing, gorgeous, and other adjectives that I can't use here on YouTube, blasphemous art ever? We do. And for some reason, we are giving it away for free. Download them now using the link in the description before we change our mind.